The banana splits.
Tra-la-la-la, la-la-la-la. Tra-la-la-la, la-la-la-la. Tra-la-la-la, la-la-la-la. Tra-la-la-la, la-la-la-la. Tra-la-la-la, la-la-la-la. Tra-la-la-la.
It's the banana splits and friends show.
One banana, two banana, three banana, four. Four bananas make a bunch and so do many more. Over hill and high where the banana buggies go. Coming out to bring you the banana split show. Making up a mess of fun. Making up a mess of fun. Lots of fun for everyone. Tra-la-la, la-la-la-la. Tra-la-la, la-la-la-la. Tra-la-la, la-la-la-la.
The banana splits.
Four bananas, three bananas, two bananas, one. All bananas split in the bright one sun. Flipping like a pancake, popping like a fork.
Bingo, bingo, Cooper and Snork.
Tra-la-la-la, la-la-la-la. Tra-la-la-la, la-la-la-la. Tra-la-la-la, la-la-la-la. Tra-la-la-la,
Banana splits. Three banana, two banana, one. Making up a mess of fun. Three banana, two banana, one. Legal, bingo, Cooper and Snork.
making up a mess of fun. Making up a mess of fun. Making up a mess of fun. Lots of fun for everyone. One banana, two banana, three banana, four. Four bananas make a bunch and so do many more. Flipping like a pancake, popping like a cork. Fligo, bingo, drooper and snore. Tra-la-la-la, la-la-la-la. Tra-la-la-la, la-la-la-la. Tra-la-la-la, la-la-la-la. Tra-la-la-la, la-la-la-la.
Banana splits.
Tra-la-la, la-la-la-la. Tra-la-la, la-la-la-la. Tra-la-la, la-la-la-la. Tra-la-la, la-la-la-la.
The Pound Shop Boys.
And we're live. Hello, everybody.
Oh, indeed.
So that was the Pound Shop Boys. First of all, I want to welcome Phil to the show. Phil, welcome to the show, you cocker.
Oh, hello, me old cocker. I'm just reading the back of the Pound Shop Boys album. There's some great tracks on that.
Hang on, we gotta do one of these things. There we go.
Available at all good stockists. And
That's
some
awesome.
bad ones. How are you? Are you well, cockers?
We're doing fantastic, and thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Yes.
It's my utter pleasure.
So you're in the UK, so it's like what, 3 o'clock in the morning there for you or something like that, I'm guessing.
I think it's now Thursday. Officially, I mean, I'm not. I think it is roughly.
Well, thank you so much for taking time out of your evening, your night.
My
time,
pleasure,
your sleeping
sir.
time, for joining us. First of all, looks like we got a good group here. We got a voiceover guy. Ken is here. Teresa,
Ken,
Hi,
Teresa,
Mom.
Scott,
Hi,
Hello,
Scott.
everyone.
Jason, Katie,
Hi.
Mary. Who else we got here? Jeff is joining us. Nice.
Hello, Jeff.
Moments in the Magic. Hey, howdy, hey.
Hi.
Howdy,
Well, thank
hey
you for
to
joining
you
us as well.
indeed.
So tell us a little bit about Pound Shop Boys. That's a band you're in.
It's the band I'm in with Ricardo Artaban, and it is the Northwest Premier Synth Duo. I don't mind telling you.
Okay.
Available for booking live appearances. We're just top notch. Like, check us out at poundshopboys.bandcamp.com. You can get old-fashioned CDs. We might even do a cassette. We may do a cassette one of these days.
Vinyl's been coming back. Cassettes
Yeah.
are next,
It
right?
has come back, but it is expensive.
Oh, yeah.
It's expensive to make, so CDs are much cheaper.
There you go.
So do invest.
Mary,
You must
Mary's a night
invest.
owl. She goes to bed like 4 a.m. and then she stays up.
In England,
No.
No, in Mary's time.
In Mary's world. In Mary's world.
Mary's world,
Mary's
there.
land.
in Murray's world.
Mary's
Oh,
land.
what a lovely idea.
We have so much to cover, so
I
we
know.
skipped doing our introduction today. I
Oh
want to talk.
yes, you don't need an introduction.
Yeah, well, I usually have like a Grand Circle Tour thing happening. So let's get to our tip of the week, sponsored by Dream Creators Travel, and then we'll got like a good chunk of time to spend with Phil. So here's our tip of the week.
I was reading Jeff's comment. So the tip of the week is, at first I was like, down on this one, but then Stan told me, oh, it's a really good idea. So then I was like, oh, it actually is. So a lot of hotel rooms do not have alarm clocks or clocks in there. And you can actually download an app that will look like a clock, and then you can use the cord in the room to prop up your phone, so you can actually just glance over to the nightstand and you don't have to constantly pick up your phone. See right there. So at first I was like, well, I have my phone. Why would I want to download an app? And then Stan showed me this picture, and I was like, oh, actually, that is a really good idea. So this past weekend we stayed at a hotel, and they had a clock, but it was so bright, we actually had to face down because we couldn't adjust the brightness because we couldn't sleep. So I actually could have used this tip.
It looks like the clock from Groundhog Day, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly. And so this is my
In fact,
phone.
that is what time it is here.
5:44 a.m.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I
So
hope
this is what I
not.
do, and you can adjust the brightness. You don't have to have it so bright, or you could just have it go off, and just if you touch it, it comes on automatically. But yeah, this is my tip of the week this week.
Yeah, so it actually would have benefited me because I kept thinking I was going to miss my alarm to get the Rise of Resistance sporting group. So I kept having to wake up to pick up my phone and look at it. So yes, so that actually is a really good tip.
Well, that's the other thing too, is you get to a hotel room and they got that weird clock. You don't know how to adjust the alarm.
Oh yeah, I never trust those. No way.
So
I always set the alarm on my phone. Yes.
Yeah. So that tip is brought to you by Dream Creators Travel, where they got a promotion right now.
Book a 4-night, 4-day package that includes park tickets and room, and you will receive a $50 Disney gift card just for mentioning Grand Circle Tour podcast. So you can also join their Facebook group, which is a really good group, Busy Moms Planning Disney on Facebook.
Yes.
So thank you for
You
that.
better hurry though, because this offer is going to change soon to $25. This expires the end of the month.
So book
So
it
this
now
might be-
while they're on sale.
Yeah. Plus the rooms are on sale now too.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. That's our tip of the week.
That was
Phil?
a lovely tip. I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Hello.
So so Jeff wants to do his plug for WDW POV tonight. Of course you can, Jeff. I go on your show every Monday and I plug mine. So of course you can. Plug away, Jeff. Yeah, since I always plug on yours. Getting some echo from me. Oh, I don't like that.
I'm hearing it too now.
Oh, okay. Let me if I turn it down one notch. Is that better?
I turned mine down too.
Okay.
Okay.
Hello.
That
Is that
definitely helps.
echoing?
No, you're
You
perfect.
sound good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you sound great.
We're
Mary is
in
saying
England.
housekeeping can bring you a alarm clock. Yeah, but I don't like that strange alarm clock. Like Groundhog Day reference.
Thank you. I'm very current.
Absolutely. We are all current here.
Candace gets a
Keep
wake-up
up-
call from the
we're-
front.
we're
Yeah, that
the
makes
youngsters
sense.
who keep up with the times, you know?
Yes. I keep
Okay,
up with
Mary
the
says it's
times,
good
but
now.
not these times. That's the problem.
Better sound now. Good. So I want to talk about Phil Fletcher, the early years, and what got you into puppeteering and puppets. and stuff like that there.
Well, should we
I-
sorry,
Go ahead, Justin.
I was just going to say, should we tell people a little bit more about Phil who may not know who he is and
Yeah.
what he does?
Because that will remind me as well. So I'm.
So we've been doing our research certainly and looking things up, but our audience hasn't yet. So we should let them know a little bit more about Phil. So we know you're a puppeteer. I've been looking. Stan let me know about Hacker T Dog is one of the characters that you puppeteer. And
Yes.
I had never even heard of this character, and you've been doing this since like 2009.
Yes, 12 years actually. Last week was my anniversary of 12 years
Happy anniversary.
of doing Hacker. Thank you. Thanks, Cocker.
And that is where all of that comes from for all of the audience members here who are wondering where we came up with
Oh,
that.
there we are. Wearing the same shirt in 12.
I think you got younger.
Yes, I have. Oh, the cameras have got worse.
Well, one of his interviews was with Doctor Who, so he may have gone
Yes,
back.
I worked with
in time. We
Doctor
don't
Who.
know.
I've been in. Yes. Oh, that was when I did Mastermind.
There
we are.
Justin's. I have it. Okay, go ahead. Yeah. So this is the Doctor Who interview.
That was when Hacker interviewed Jodie Whittaker. That was before any of her series had gone out. And we did that. And though I'm making her laugh there. So what I'll have done there, you see, I'll have said something wholly inappropriate to get a reaction. And then when we edited it together, we could use a good reaction to a crap joke.
That was going to be one of my questions, because I was watching some of these interviews and I was really wondering if you were actually using the puppet for these interviews, and there's my answer right there.
Yeah, he's always on, and he's always just to get a reaction, and then we can edit it in and use it later when a joke falls flat.
Very cool.
It's good. It pays the mortgage. It's better than being down the pit.
Right? Yeah.
So, Phil, this isn't your first time. 2009 wasn't your first time puppeteering.
Oh no, I've been doing it since 1988. I started making puppets in 1988 and doing kids' birthday parties and cabaret and stuff, which I did for. That one there is a puppet I made of Miss Piggy out of envelopes and sellotape when I was 8.
And
I still live on that
still
same
better
street.
than anything I could make. So
I still live on that same street.
Oh wow!
Oh, that's awesome.
That's the same street I'm currently on, but a few houses up now.
oh my god.
That is me. That is me with a goblin from Labyrinth when I worked at a Jim Henson exhibition. I was 17 there.
That's so cool.
And the other puppet there, the other one is the first puppet I ever made out of cloth, and that's called Josh. And I was about
Josh.
12 in that photo. Yeah.
So how did you get
I've still
into
got that
I mean,
puppet.
was this something like your parents were interested in
No.
doing and you got into it, or you
No.
were just interested and got into it yourself? Or
I got into it myself. I have no memory of why. I just started doing it, and I've done it ever since. It's a terrible story, but I'm doing it.
but just for as long as you can remember, you're like,
Yeah.
I love doing this kind of thing.
And when I first started making puppets, that one there, for example, this was all pre-internet. There was no internet, nor was there anybody in my town, city, or anywhere locally who did it. So it was really, you just sort of, well, I'm quite stubborn, so I decided to do it. And I thought, well, this is now me until the day I die, I'll be doing this, just to spite you. And I've the day I die.
So
There you go.
you say you don't really know the attraction to puppets. So, like, were you like
I
a
li-
Muppet fan or Fraggle Rock?
I was
or-
I was a Muppet fan, yeah. I was doing that. I started doing all this nonsense before Fraggle Rock even started. So it would have been the Muppet. A lot of variety stuff on television back then, and ventriloquists and special acts and what have you, and all that I was interested in. So it wasn't just Muppets really, but it was
Yeah.
always hand puppets. It was always, I was never bothered with marionettes or any of that caper.
Mhm.
And And I literally, I don't know the reason I do it. I still question why I do this.
So you also make them. Do you sell them or do you just make them for fun?
I sell them and I make them for fun.
Okay.
For other performers. I make a lot of stuff for television. I do a lot for other entertainers and stuff, yeah. Bespoke commissions. And I occasionally just make the odd bit of nonsense and flog it on Instagram just for a laugh.
Yeah, Stan was telling us about how quickly you could make a puppet. And
Yeah,
how...
well, I made this Kermit in about 3 hours or something.
That's
That's a full.
Stan is shaking his head like that because he spent a lot of time working on his Kermit.
This one here took me about a month.
I can see it. It's good though. It's good though.
These were the practice ones under there. Those were the ones that were the.
Oh, I've seen the pink. Yeah, lovely.
Yeah. This is Kermit's and Piggy's daughter.
That's right. A terrible scientific monstrosity.
Yeah, right.
Well, yeah, I made this one in about 3 or 4 hours or something, and amateured, and it's a poser. He's on a log, which I also made the log in about 10 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
Jeez, that's amazing.
Yeah, it really is.
That is, I love that so much.
And I have to say, to be fair, part of that has got to be experience. I mean, you've just
it is that
been doing so much of this so long that you're like, you kind of know how to do all the bits, so it doesn't take you as long to figure it all out.
I'm quite good at working out shapes, something visually, how to make it three-dimensional from a photograph or something. I always know where the darts, not in Kermit's case, but when there's a skull involved, I always know where the darts need to go to make the relevant shape. I never do prototypes. It's always the first one I make is always the finished.
So we're going to put a timer on for 10 minutes.
Right.
See if you can make Boober from Fraggle Rock.
If this cable was longer, I'd nip upstairs. Although I have made Boober today. I've got him here.
Oh, get out! You got him. Oh my gosh, that is crazy.
But no, I'm waiting for fur so I can finish him off. So I can't go any further until I get the fur, and it's not the right hat; it's a temporary hat.
And
have you been having difficulties getting materials in?
No, I haven't really.
Oh, that's good.
I haven't really. It takes a little bit longer, but not particularly.
Good.
But I'm just waiting for that. So hopefully that'll come in a few weeks. Next week I'll get it finished. I'll send you pictures.
So you started that Boober today?
I started it yesterday. I dyed the fleece yesterday, and I made the skull yesterday. But today I've done the rest. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not dyeing fleece. I'm buying it off the rack.
Well, they didn't have that colour. And this is the other Kermit I made. This is the puppet version of that. So this one hasn't got legs on. I didn't bother putting legs on.
That is so cool. Now you're able to teach people how to do the Kermit voice, right?
Yes, and you have to do. You need to hold your mouth in a certain way to get the voice, and this is it. Hi, ho, Kermit the Frog here. Welcome to the Lover Show. Yeah! And that's how it's done.
It's as easy as that.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know what the big deal is. It's easy when you know how.
Oh my gosh!
Hi ho, and welcome again to the Muppet Show. See?
It's more, and if you can go cross-eyed at the same time, it does help. Welcome to the Muppet Show. Lydia.
And now we know why they don't show the puppeteers on camera while they're doing the voices.
Certainly not pre-Watershed.
There you go. It's easy when you know how.
Right?
It is easy. Of course, I'm being light-hearted. You don't need to do that stupid thing. You can just do your regular face. Hi ho, Kermit the Frog here, and welcome to the Muppet Show. Yeah!
Woohoo!
You actually do
But
that very
that
well.
doesn't get as many. That doesn't get as many laughs.
No,
Yeah,
no.
exactly.
Kermit, you're not on the Muppet Show. You're on the Grand Circle Tour podcast show.
Oh, thank you for getting me on the Gran Turismo podcast or whatever it is. What was it called?
Oh, that is so awesome.
Oh, that's so funny.
Is all the jokes you're gonna get out of me?
I doubt it.
John
you're,
says, do the
you're
voice.
you're so normally a serious guy, from what I understand.
Now, John Matthews is my partner in the Pound Shop Boys, so don't let him kid you on. He plays the keyboards, and that's all he.
Nice Kermit voice.
Jeff had a question, Stan. What was it?
Oh, Jeff.
Oh, sorry,
Jeff
Stan.
had a
You
question
don't
off
know what
topic, of
pants
course.
means.
Jeff's trying to get us off the rails here.
He
Oh,
wants
Holly
to know
doesn't
what the
know.
word pants in
Yeah,
slang
Jeff, there's a
is.
thing called Google now.
Pants. Pants means rubbish. We say pant. Oh, that's a load of pants. That, but I would say pants for trousers.
Okay.
What do you say?
I don't know why he asked that, but maybe he'll tell us.
Well, because it's Jeff. He walks around with a great bag on his head. half the time.
Some people refer to underpants as pants, but I don't. I call them undercrackers.
Voiceover Ken says that's all the jokes you're going to get unless I get paid.
Cheer. Yeah, I'm with you on that, Ken. Who do I invoice for this, by the way? Is it you, Stan?
Yeah. Stan.
Yeah, send everything to
Yeah.
Stan, and he'll parcel it out to the rest of us.
I wanted to show a video here about how dangerous puppet work can be.
Oh no.
It's a little blooper with Hacker. Now you have to realize. So Phil you're kind of what at an angle, sitting down.
I'm on the floor. I'm lying flat on a wooden thing with wheels on, with my arm up in the air like that. With that, I'm doing the arm rods. Yeah, all right, cockers. Blah blah blah.
Yes. So pay attention where Phil's head is there, and then watch this video. It's less than a minute long. Okay.
Billy, hi. He says inconputler.
But what does it mean?
Means when Hacker and Harry Tunji do a little bit of a dance.
Oh, lovely. Hit the music, please.
Come here, Harry. You can,
I did it in the rehearsal, you stupid thing.
take it, put it in your mouth and dance.
Yeah, all right.
There you go.
Unbelievable.
Chuck it away.
Every rehearsal, I picked it up.
He done it every time, but you're not good on the live when it counts, mate. You need me. You're next Monday. You are in trouble.
Yeah.
Katie says, "I scholar suit."
But what does it mean? Oh! Oh, Ian, that hurt. That's heavier than it looks as well. Right on your head. Oh, Ian.
Oh, it's my last week. You're not going to have this for much longer. This absolute incompetence. This shouldn't be allowed, should it? That looked like it really hurt.
It did in a way. Hit me around the foot.
See when it hit the floor. Wow, that looked sore. Email in cbbc@bbc.co.uk. Send in your made up words and try not to make your words involve heavy objects. Right now, it's time for brand new
Hi.
IMS.
I love how at first it hurt his
Right
foot,
on the
and
head.
then it hurt hit his head, and then it hit
Oh,
his foot.
yeah.
later on.
It hurt, and that wasn't a blooper per se. That was live, so that went
Yes.
out.
Oh
Yes.
my
Oh
god.
my
Otherwise,
goodness.
Otherwise,
So
the
which show
language
was
would have
that
been different.
from?
It's CBBC. That's match between the programs.
Okay.
So we're live linking into those shows, and we do the sending so kids can join in every day and what have you. And that particular item was kids would write in made up words with a daft meaning, and we put it in Hacker's book. And things always, as a puppeteer, things you'll find just fall on you.
Well, you handled it pretty well.
Well, I'm a semi-pro.
Well, and
He's been doing
a
this
lot
for
of
at least a
people-
couple of weeks.
like now people have masks, so it might not be so bad. But in normal times, people will kind of spray sometimes when they talk.
Oh, you get spat on. I mean, I must be immune to most things because of the amount of slaver that's landed on me over the years.
I bet.
Dribble, God knows what.
Oh, that's just crazy. I did have another short video to show, and I want people to look. So this is Phil using Hacker, and you could see him actually in action. Watch his hands working the rods. This absolutely blows my mind on how well Phil does this.
I'm the best in the business. Run the clip.
Best in the business. Check it out. Check it out.
You're right, cockers! What's that I hear you say? You want to see some more of my tastiest morsels? Well, here they are. As a top-notch online influencer, I get to meet lots of other influencers who aren't quite as top-notch as me. They try, but they'll never be as good, cocker. Such a shame, really. I do pity them. Well, I think it's time to look at a clip with one of those unfortunate people right now. Let's glance at the time I met star of Dog It My Homework, Adam B. Oh, I hosted that show for a few episodes, you know. 'Cause I'm great! Hey! Ha! Wasn't that great? I don't watch all his videos, only the ones I'm in. You're only in one, Hacker. I know that, Wolf! You mustn't! I did.
That is so good.
My
So
arm hurts. My arm hurts just watching that. Like, how do you hold your arm up for that long? Wow.
I just think of the money.
Yeah, I guess how it works.
Yeah, so I have like one of these whatnot Muppets,
Oh yeah.
and I only have like one rod, and I struggle with that. I can't to do two at once and do all of those movements. It's just
And to have your arm straight up too.
Well, this is
I
the
mean, you'd have to practice, I think.
yeah, well, I've done it since I was a little kid, and this is the hideous cat, and he's in the same way. You hold the rods. So when he was clapping, yeah, I'm going to clap with my eye cursor, and that's how he.
That's so cool. And not only that, you're doing the voice, you're doing another
Yes.
voice, and you're
Yes.
doing, yeah, like everything, and you have to stay in frame, like everything.
And you have to interact.
So I'm also watching a monitor, which is the out, and I'm reading my lines off a bit of paper often. So I've got the monitor, the lines, the arm up, doing a daft voice, trying to not have things fall on my head. I don't chose this stupid job.
Other
You know,
than the
Any
pus
job
around
you
the
can get
eyes.
paid for and have that much fun with,
Yeah, I
though,
guess.
I mean, is worth it.
Oh, I do love it. It's the funniest. It's the funniest job, yeah. Murder, and you get to meet some great people. I mean, as Hacker, I've interviewed and worked with some big stars.
Yeah, that is
Yeah,
amazing to me.
we were
how
watching some of the videos. I know I was telling my son about you. He's 11, and that I was showing him the interview with like The Rock, and
Yeah.
he's like, "What?" Yeah.
Yeah, there we are. Yeah, the Rock said, "You're right, cockers. I'm going to come to Wigan and see you." Yeah, but he might.
So does that mean something different in the UK than it does here? Because I don't think that would go over very well in the children's
I
programming.
don't know. I don't know what it means over there. What does it mean?
We'll tell you after.
Yeah, heaven forbid. It means mate, chum.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
It's a
Okay.
northern term of endearment. If you ever watch Coronation Street, you'll hear it on that.
I have trouble doing my own voice
He did
sometimes.
explain that at the beginning of the video when he was interviewing The Rock. And
Yeah,
Oh, I
because
did,
they're
yeah,
like,
'cause
"What
they-
are you saying? What are you calling me?"
What I like about doing those things is what you see on that video is pretty much the only amount of time we had with them. So there's never any preamble with them. So
Oh,
they're as bewildered as you see them because they don't have any time with me before we start filming.
so they
that's
come
why
in and
it's
go,
always- I prefer-
okay, I'm interacting with a puppet.
Right.
And here
exactly
we go.
that. Yeah, they've
And now we're
no
done.
idea.
And-
They're not. They get thrown into a room where I'm lying on the floor, covered in
That's good.
spittle, which I think is
Is he
better. Yeah.
okay? Have you ever had anybody not want to interact with the puppet and want to interact with you?
Yes. They wouldn't do a hacker interview was the Williams sisters at Wimbledon. They refused to do it.
Okay.
Really?
But we just done Andy Murray because Andy Murray asked, could he do a hacker interview? So we did Andy Murray. And then they said, well, we'll bring the Williams sisters in next and you can interview. And went, nope, and walked out. Well, that's the only time that's ever happened to my knowledge. That's the only time they've ever said no in front of me.
The John McEnroe interview was really funny.
Yeah, he was good fun, yeah. And I said at the end to the camera, he's not wearing any trousers. And of course, the camera couldn't tilt down to check because I was on the floor.
Mary says it doesn't mean mate or chum here.
What does it mean?
It's a different meaning here.
Like the opposite.
I will. I'll never get international work. Well, I know because of that.
Ken's my voiceover guy, so I'll send him notes of things to read, and he can't read my handwriting sometimes.
Is that what that meant then? Yeah.
Yeah. The handwriting of a serial killer,
of a murderer.
I do have a question. Since you did interview Jodie Whittaker, did you get to interview any of the previous doctors?
Have I interviewed any? I don't think I have, you know. That day I interviewed Jodie Whittaker, I interviewed the rest of the cast of the current series. I interviewed the companions and Bradley Wall.
Okay.
I've never seen Doctor Who. I've never watched it.
Wow, really? You're the only person in the entire
world.
In all of the UK is from what I understand.
Honestly, I had never watched it.
Even we watch it.
So, yeah, really.
No, I did see you mentioned one time before that you had the Queen come to visit.
I've met the Queen, of course, yes.
So can you tell us a little bit about that?
I said to the Queen, well, Hacker said to the Queen, hello, have you one of your corgis? And she said, oh, it's very clever, that. True story, that.
Oh, that is hilarious.
So she's the most famous person I've met, I would. You don't often meet someone who you've got loads of pictures of in your wallet on money.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, Holly and Justin
Jason John says that you've sat next to Paul McGann, and he was a previous doctor.
I have sat. Yes, he was. I'd forgotten about that. We're having sandwich with Paul McGann, but I didn't interview him. I just sat next to him a bit while I ate a sandwich. I said it's not a great story.
I think we got a new hello for everybody.
Yeah, instead of saying "Hey gang," that's what you got to say.
Yeah,
hello,
hey,
cockers.
Yeah.
You're right, cockers. Well, I've said cockers to the Queen, to Jack Black, and to Jim Curry, and they're all fine with it. So I think you should adopt that phrase and make it your own.
You said it to the Queen, and that was okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It means
when I eventually got
a friend.
When I eventually got out of the tower, I was all right.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. I want to look at some Muppets, but before we do that, I want to comment on your glasses. Those are like super nice glasses.
They're lovely, aren't they? But I've took my lenses out for reflection purposes. So I can't actually see you.
Well, see, if you have the lenses in, it's harder to clean them.
Exactly. These just look really clean, don't they? But there's nothing. Because the ring light would. It's not worth it. I'm a professional. You've got to have no reflections. You see.
So the first one I want to come on. A couple of people in the chat have already kind of mentioned. He's also behind you. This fella.
Oh, this fellow is my old mate. He's on. Oh, but in those glasses, I've got my lenses in. If you notice.
Mm-hmm.
That's the most important thing. But that little fellow there, his name, of course, is what now?
What note?
His name's Pisstain.
Did you say Pistan?
Pisstain.
Of all the names you could have picked, you picked Pistan, my name.
Your name's not Pistan, is it?
It is now.
It is now. Well, yes. I shall demonstrate him for you.
Oh.
Can I change someone else's name on this? Okay.
I'll demonstrate this little fella for you. Hello there. My name is Pistain, not Pistan, as you previously thought. Thank you for having me on your... Have you been drinking? Thank you, podcast. Is it a podcast? I don't know what it is. Have you took the lenses out of your glasses? Yes, I have took the lenses out of my glasses. Thank you for having me on your video. Thank you. Mm. Yes, it is piss stain. That's the end of that routine. No more act. Was that all right?
That was good.
How did you come up with
can
the
always
design
cut that
for
bit
that
out.
one?
I didn't plan him. I didn't draw it in advance. I just started making it, and that's what I do generally. I very rarely design them in advance. I just started cutting and gluing and see what I end up with, and that is how I came up with that. I've been doing this. I've probably only ever designed about half a dozen in advance. I don't really do that very often.
So, Stan, I changed your name on the display.
Oh, you haven't? You have as well.
You bugger, you.
I'm proud.
Turns out I can do that.
I didn't know you could do that either.
What a massive cocker you are.
No kidding. I don't know how to change it back, do I?
Oh, that's so good.
That's the rest of your career.
Okay, now
There we
who's
go,
the
my
other,
chair's
the other
done.
one behind you?
This fellow,
Yes.
this guy, his name's Austin the Ogre, and I did that one actually. I did design before I built him, but he was to be performed by Don Austin in a show I was doing called Hacker Time, which was Hacker's Chat Show, and Don Austin is the guy who was inside the costume of the Ghost of Christmas Present in Muppet Christmas Carol.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay.
In that suit, he performed this guy in the show.
Can
That
you
is
bring
so
him
cool.
closer?
Of course I can. He's massive though.
I love it. like it.
Let's get him on his live hand. Hello, you all right here with those piss stand? Hello, nice to see you here today. I can't. He's a bit big to get all in shot.
Yeah, I like him. He's cool.
That's a cool one. That's a cool one for sure.
That is amazing. You do such
Yeah.
amazing work with these puppets.
Thank you, sir.
So now, like the warts on the nose, is that
Mm.
dyed separately or colored, or how you doing that?
The nose is all carved foam, and those are separate pieces of carved foam that are then attached. But it is all of his extremities are foam. His horns are dyed and carved foam.
Wow.
That is so cool. And then you use like a marker, I guess, on the tongue.
Yeah, these are the letter-based markers. Yeah.
That is so well detailed.
Yeah.
And
You're going to have something like that ready for us to see tomorrow.
Yes, I'll have a new one.
Well, in a couple hours, right?
A stand
Yeah.
whip.
He doesn't need
Stand
to
alive
sleep
one.
tonight.
I've
Oh,
got
you have to
fo-
make George a Mayor McCheese Muppet. Muppet, one of these guys.
Oh, I've just got that, the Funko. I bought it last week. It's great, isn't
Oh,
it?
did you? Right on.
Yeah. And Grimace and Ronald. I didn't get the
Grimace-
policeman one.
Grimace
They're only
up
the
there.
same.
And,
Yeah, I like
Ronald
them. They're
is
good,
up
aren't
there.
they? Have you got the My Pet Monster one? That's really nice.
No. I don't.
I recommend it. And I'm not on commission.
Sure.
I know I'm showing the Funkles every week, and there's no commission here either. What do we got here? I think your org could use
Yeah.
a good astringent.
Yeah. For his.
I agree.
For his moles. For his,
Yeah.
Ah, gotcha.
Oh yes, an exfoliant.
There you
So we got this guy.
go.
Beaker, yes. That was lockdown. I
So
made
this is
Bunsen
a
Beaker.
opposable as opposed to a Muppet, I'm guessing.
Yeah, the reason I made it a poser is because the real beaker is made out of a 4-inch cardboard postal tube, but I could only get a 3-inch one. So I just made a poser and just scaled him down a little bit. So the whole thing is a little bit smaller than the real one. So I made a Bunsen to match him, and Bunsen is also scaled down to that degree.
Oh wow, I would have never guessed that.
You just have to work with what you've got, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you go to a hardware store or something like that, you're looking around just thinking, hey, that bits and pieces would work perfect for.
Oh, yeah. Well, those eyes on Beaker, though, they are actually curtain rail ends from IKEA.
Oh, jeez.
Wow.
So they're brilliant. They're the sort of, oh, that's piss stain, look. Oh. That's in this very room.
Yes.
It is.
So the people that are
But
looking to
that
buy
Beaker,
one,
yeah.
this one's going to be going on eBay soon.
Oh, yes, Bob Toad. I keep saying soon. I'm not sure what soon actually means. Because other things get in the way. But eventually, I will put all the details on Instagram. So if anyone is Toad, Bob Toad, you can keep an eye on me on Instagram. Beaker was a cardboard tube. Yes, originally it was a cardboard tube.
Yeah. Wow.
Mary's asking if you make the suits as well.
I make some of the suits. I made the costume. I made all of the things that are on Beaker. I made all of the costumes that are on all of my Electric Mayhem replicas. But I didn't make Pistain's jacket. I've got a guy who makes me the little suit jackets. I made Arthur's jacket, the one in the middle on that photograph. I made his costume. So I make more than what I don't farm out the dull bits.
So yeah, so Mr. Toad or Mr. Toad will be on eBay soon, but he's been wanting to be on eBay soon since you made him a year ago.
It's a very long soon.
Yes, but soon.
Soon means something different in the UK.
Yeah.
But keep your eyes open. Follow Phil on
Keep your eyes open.
Instagram, and when he goes up, you'll be the first to
Phil
know.
Fletcher official. You'll be the first to know. I promise that. I promise you. Wahaha. That's me before I had my haircut. And
Before
then
what?
if you notice before I had my haircut.
Oh,
right.
Haircut.
Yeah.
Me hair. It's the accent again, isn't it?
Yeah.
Before I had my haircut. Right. If you notice, the glasses have got no lenses in. Oh, that's Sam the Eagle. That's me before I had my haircut. Do you remember?
These Muppet replicas are amazing.
Thank you.
They're completely spot on. I love them.
I made that.
To
His
me,
eyes
almost in
are
a
Go on.
lot of cases, I think they're better made than the Muppets. Like these, often you see on the Muppets, like Kermit's eyes aren't perfectly lined up, and yours are like
You
so
see that?
exact.
It's a funny when you're a fan, you notice that I think more than the people who work on them in reality do, because I don't suppose they are as much of a fan as we are.
Yeah.
So your fanness drags you towards. I tried to make it like the '80s one when he looked better. But you notice Sam's eyes, the eyes I made out of measuring scoops when you're cooking.
Okay, sure.
Go back. Oh, so those are like ladles, kind of.
Yeah, exactly. You only get that. You get 4 or 5 together in different sizes.
Mm-hmm.
They're the biggest ones with the handles lobbed off.
That is so cool.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Again, you're right. Anytime I'm in a shop, I'm looking for something that would work for a puppet. So or when I'm in IKEA, I find curtain rail ends that'll make great beaker eyes. That's all I'm looking for all the time. Yeah.
I'm
So
just
this
looking
is
around
the-
this whole picture. There's like so many interesting characters.
I know.
That
all
was
of
that was taken after I'd had your haircut.
Yeah, you heard.
So you can make a Mary McCheese one. You made a hamburger already.
I know. I
was thinking that. Yeah. Well, that is
And
a
this was
puppet.
that-
That's all carved foam, and you plate. That's the
And
first
this is
puppet
that-
I ever made, Josh.
That was
That's the one.
Is that still the original?
That is the original one in the original costume that I made in 1988. I was
Aw.
11 when I made that.
How cute.
Yeah, because that was the picture.
No
we
internet.
showed earlier.
Yeah.
And here's
was no
our,
internet. That's
Is
all
that
friend back
staged.
here.
the plant from Little Shop of Horrors back there? Looks like
Yeah,
the...
Audrey too. Again,
Yeah.
that's all made out of foam. That's carved out of
yeah.
foam, the same as the burger.
Where am I looking? I don't
right
even
there,
see.
right there.
Right where you got
Oh, right
your
there.
If you
picture.
look-
There.
Oh, wow. I'm actually
Yeah,
planning on
cropped.
making one of those for Halloween this year. Is this Bert's arm here?
That's Bert's arm, yeah.
Yeah.
His floppy arm attached to a mirror.
So people
Next
are
time I
asking,
come on this show, I will. Yes, I made all of those. Then Bert, I've got Bert, but he's in the garage.
Tina says she looked better in the 80s also.
We all look better in the 80s. We all did. We look dreadful now.
Ken
Thanks,
is-
Ken.
Yeah, I agree with Ken. Your skills are definitely unbelievable. It's amazing to see
I
all
do
of the
appreciate that.
amazing
What's the
work that
owl's
you're
name?
doing here.
The owl's name is Raoul.
Wow.
Raoul.
I
And
love
he
that.
speaks like this. I'm Raoul the owl, and I'll... That's what he says. They've all got... Oh, that's Miss Piggy, though. Up to her old tricks again.
Yeah.
And again, she looks amazing and so spot
Unbelievable.
on.
She's in the garage with Bert, would you believe? I won't tell you what they're up to.
Now, I'm guessing Piggy must be harder to make because you got to kind of carve that snout.
Yeah, well, I didn't carve it. That one is all made out of patterned sheet foam. There's no carving on that particular one. It's not the easiest one to make. I won't bother making another one. That'll do for me.
My favorite.
Boy,
I like that one. Yeah, he's a good one. I made when we first went into lockdown last year. I made all the Electric Mayhem in about 2 weeks.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. And is these like ostrich feathers here?
It's all ostrich feathers. That is the same piece of ostrich feather that I'd left up. This is just temporary. I've not got enough left here, but that is the same bit. Yeah.
Yeah. That is so cool.
Animal, he's a great one. That one has an eye mechanism in, so his eyes blink.
And are these measuring scoops also on the eyes?
Those aren't. They are made out of Christmas tree baubles. The clear
Okay.
ones the clear ones that you get from a craft shop, and you can put tinsel in them or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You paint them on the inside. You've got a nice shiny white dome. Them are 60mm Christmas tree balls.
Wow.
And the teeth. Are they?
The teeth are well, we call it plastisode. I think you call it L200.
Okay.
But it's like a high density foam. It's like it's not dissimilar to those things you kneel on when you're gardening. You know, those little pads, birdish foam.
oh, okay.
Yeah, it's that stuff.
I know what you're talking about. Sure.
Yeah,
Oh,
you can get it
Gonzo
in
is one of my
any
favorite
places.
characters.
It's great, isn't it? That one's carved. He's all carved, open pore, reticulated, and he's dyed and then painted before the mouthpiece is laid in later. So you get a nice edge between the red and the skull.
Right
And
here.
especially with that outfit, that's kind of classic Gonzo
Yeah.
look.
Yeah.
Well, that outfit is actually off the Master Replicas one, which is dreadful.
Oh, okay. So what did you do with your Master Replicas Gonzo then?
It's just chucked in a box upstairs with no clothes on.
I'll buy that off you.
Have you not got it? Have you not got that
I
one?
haven't. No,
It's rubbish.
I wish I bought them when they first came out. I'm sorry I didn't.
It's
What's that?
It's rubbish. It's rubbish. Don't bother. Yeah. It's only disappointing. It doesn't look anything like him. And that's his catchphrase. Remember when he says that?
Well, the
we've
replica
been,
says
we've
that.
been rewatching the Muppet Show lately on Disney Plus, and yeah,
Well, you'll have heard him say that at the front of every. He always knocks on Steve Martin's door and says, "Quarter of a minute to curtain." For legal reasons, that's his catchphrase.
That's his catchphrase for the replica.
Yes. I'm enjoying looking at these. I've not looked at these photographs for ages.
Dad says he's been waiting for Mr. Toad for 5 months. No rush.
I know. As I said, it's a different. We have a different meaning for soon.
How much do you think you're going to get for him when he goes on? What are you expecting?
A couple of pints of beer That's all I want. That's all I want out of life.
But you're making like 12 of them. You're going to sell. You're not just the one.
For me, if I can get one night out with the beers, I'm happy. Now Marlo says, "Are there copyright issues with replicas?" Not for me, because I don't sell them, nor do I perform them.
Yeah. You just make them just to have them in your collection.
It's just
your own
fun.
personal ones. You don't sell them or perform with them at all.
I don't sell them. I don't earn from them. There is no monetary gain. I just make them for my own amusement.
Just like myself, I refuse to sell them.
And if you were performing them, it'd be more like trademark issues. But sorry, I'm going off on an intellectual property tangent.
Yeah, no, I refuse to sell any of my Muppets.
I make them predominantly because I enjoy saying no to people. So when I put them on, I get a million requests a day saying, "Oh, can you make me a Kermit?" No, I just enjoy saying no.
See, I don't take as much enjoyment in it, but I should start taking enjoyment. Here
you
we go.
Should. Now that is the catchphrase. You remember that song?
Can you visualize this?
Can you visualize this? Yes,
that was from the Muppet film. Remember the Muppet film that they did? They said, "Can you visualize this?"
That was the title of it, the Muppet film.
That was what we called it in England. Yes. Can you visualize this? Yes, I can. Thank you. It was a short film.
But again, they all look amazing.
We showed Fozzie earlier in the slideshow. You can catch it and repeat this show as well. It's on.
I'll tell you what, though, I've got Fozzie with me.
Oh, even better.
I've got him here. And again, there's no money changing hands, so it's perfectly fine.
There you go.
Oh my god!
No confusion.
Oh wow, that's so great.
Wahaha!
Just get his hand on.
Hello! Waka waka waka! Here we are with Piston. Wow! Hey Kermit, are you okay? The frog's dead. The frog's dead. Kermit! Ahaha! He's gone. He's gone. Don't look at him. Don't look at him.
Oh my gosh. I'm smiling so much. My cheeks are starting to hurt. And we got 10 minutes to go.
So
10 more minutes to go. Waka waka. Oh, my hat's stuck. It's pinned on. Yes,
so for his hat, you have it sewed at the back, I'm seeing, or
no? There's just a pin.
Pinned
a T-pin. Yeah. So it can come off, but I don't lose it. I
have seen some that use they put a magnet that goes in the top and then a magnet in the hat or a piece of metal.
That's far too much effort for me. All of this is pinned.
10 minutes?
His nose is pinned on. His eyes are pinned on. Nothing is attached. You can make him look angry because his eyes are only pinned.
I'll get
Oh
you.
my goodness! Wow.
Whoa.
That's crazy.
I'm back.
He looks angry there.
Yeah, that was crazy. Just by barely moving his eye. Wow. Oh,
wow.
Scary Fozzie.
That's better.
That's better.
Yeah.
Whew.
Goodbye.
Bye, Fozzie.
Bye, Fozzie.
Bye-bye. Waka waka. The frog's dead. The frog's dead.
He's stuffed.
He's all right. He's all right now.
Oh
For any
my
kids
god.
watching,
It's exciting. I'm enjoying this. It's good, isn't it?
I'm glad.
Isn't it? Watching. Oh, lovely. Can you visualize this? I can.
I know Justin's going to love this one.
Okay,
Howard.
Howard the Duck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I'm a big fan of the old film.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big fan of the old film, of course, because it's great, even though everyone hates it. So I thought I'd make a puppet of him, but I thought I'd combine the old comic version with the the film version, and see what I could get of it. So I made a puppet, and then I went along. I finished it off, articulated it, and made it into a pose. I've got it here. So I made him on a stand.
We have to see
so
this.
cool.
Okay.
It's more of a display piece now.
That is, I love that thing so much.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So he's on a stand. He's got his feet.
Are they plasticky or are they?
Fleece over plastisode and then painted with latex paint. So they are plasticky to the touch. Yeah.
Wow.
That is so
And that
cool.
is how the beak. That's also how the beak's done.
I was wondering how
that
that.
is
Okay, that is
amazing.
really neat.
Yeah, that's really, really,
It
really
looks he's just stepped out of the comic books.
Yeah, but I thought it would be a nice, interesting way to do him. But it is a functioning puppet, this, but at the minute it's all amateur and on a stand, but it does work.
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah, you're not just a puppeteer. You're a full blown artist.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, I'm multi talentless.
That's so good.
That
Stan,
is.
did you have
amazing.
another-
Isn't it? It's exciting.
This next one I have, I know everyone is going to go crazy for, because I think we were talking about this last week.
Oh,
wow.
yes.
Oh,
How amazing is that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I made that at Christmas Eve. Started carving it about 10 o'clock at night after having a few pints. And I finished it the following
Who
day.
doesn't make a puppet after having a few pints, right?
Obviously.
It's better. It's better drunk.
Yeah.
Have you ever done Disney characters like Donald Duck or Scrooge McDuck?
Do you know I haven't, but after doing Howard, I did think about doing Donald because it's virtually the same, isn't it? That would work quite nicely.
Yeah.
I would rather do Daffy Duck.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, that would be
Daffy
fun.
would be a good one too. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
But you could
people
use
that-
the same technique and you could do the same beak. Yeah.
I don't know if anybody in the chat knows his real name because we were talking about Elf last week. So see if anybody comments on his.
Yes,
what his last name was.
It's Gordon
This is so
Shumway,
cool.
isn't it?
Yes. Thank you, person in the chat.
We all know.
It's the Mana.
That's Mana. Again, I made that over the Christmas holiday on a whim. On a Friday night, I thought, I'll make Mana for a laugh. But then I couldn't be bothered doing two of the other ones. So I only made one of the pink ones.
It's cute.
You need the.
And then in the snow, I made one. And then when I did the photograph, it looked like there's two. But I didn't do
okay.
one. What's the point of making two when you can only put it on your shelf?
Yeah.
Now, those are the undersized Bunsen and Beaker. They're a little bit smaller than the real ones, but they're to scale to each other, which is really all that matters.
Great. Yeah.
So spot.
But those, I made the costumes, everything. Bunsen's glasses, sunglasses off eBay. I just pop the lenses out of.
Here we are, Gordon Shumway. So we're getting
Gordon Shumway.
Yep.
Which annoyed me when the answer to the name Alf. I wouldn't have answered to Alf if it was me.
Ken would have got it. I know Ken would have got it.
Well, Alf, he shouldn't have answered to Alf, should he, in the show? People called him Alf, and he said, yeah. It's not his name.
Yeah.
It drove me mad that in the 80s.
I didn't. Yeah, I could see it, but I guess I don't know. You calling me piss stain? I'm still answering you.
It's a good point. It's a good
But
point. Did you ever watch
just go
Alf?
around calling you
Did you ever-
human. I mean,
Did you ever watch Alf, the animated series?
Very, very.
I
low.
knew
think
there
I saw
was
it.
one. I did not get to see
Well,
it. Even
yeah.
then.
That was a prequel. That was set on Melmac.
Right.
So in that they called him Gordon.
Which makes sense.
But the show was still called Alf. It wasn't an alien life form on his own planet.
Right.
Good point.
Very good
We're
point.
nearing the top of the hour. We got a panda breathing
enjoying
around our
this.
neck. So
We are too. This was good. Love
Isn't
it.
it? Should we do it again one day?
absolutely, we would
absolutely
absolutely
could.
love to have you on. You're going to be a regular now. You're coming back next week now.
I'm available. I'll stay up and wait.
Does anyone remember what ELF stood for? Absolutely, I remember what ELF stood for.
What?
Alien life form.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
2 points.
Phil's
2 points
big
to
on-
Pistan.
Follow Pistan on Instagram because I'm never there.
I
But
will. I will after this.
Phil is. We got Phil Fletcher, the official. That's where your main thing is.
Yeah.
Hacker T Dog is also.
Woof woof.
Do you have 2 Instagrams? Because I see. Is there another one?
Yeah, I
I
couldn't
thought
cancel it.
Okay. Let me see. I thought I saw another one too.
There's probably about 4. But Phil Fletcher official is the only one I've got access to because I've lost the password to the other one. And
Okay.
Punch Shop Boys is where you can access.
Here we go.
1 more minute, Jason. You can go to bed.
1 more minute.
Jason, he's got nothing to get up for. He works from
okay.
home.
Does anybody here know what's coming up on the Grand Circle Tour podcast?
No.
Yes, we
Alf.
recorded Disney confessions and unpopular opinions. So actually, I don't want anybody to listen to that episode. Someone's gonna like us after it.
So
Especially
everyone
me.
needs to listen to that episode as soon as it comes out.
So make sure. Well, everyone's gonna listen to it now.
Right?
The solo show. We're gonna talk about the new hotel coming to Walt Disney World. We're going to be, we talked about the Star Wars Hotel, everything that we know and everything that we want. And I had Sam from Sam's Disney Diaries and Womp Rat Radio on as my guest. And speaking of Womp Rat Radio, this Thursday night live, we're going to have a special guest on. We're going to be talking Star Wars Celebration. That's been moved. It was supposed to be in August next year. They moved it earlier to May next year. So if you're interested in Star Wars Celebration, we're going to have somebody that's been to almost all of them. And she's going to talk to us about what to expect at Star Wars Celebration. Coming up next, after Grand Circle Tour podcast, which is what you're watching now, is going to be Big Fat Panda at bigfatpanda.com on YouTube. And he'll be on for the next hour. And after that is the Disney Nerds podcast on Facebook. So check them out. And they're between 8 and 9 and 9 and 10. Phil, I want to thank you so much for joining us. This was my cheeks are sore.
I know.
It was absolute delight to have on. We enjoyed every minute of it.
Very talented.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate you having me on, and I shall happily come on again in the future.
Oh, for sure.
Yes,
Absolutely.
please.
Oh, we will be glad to have you back.
We had
Cheers, cockers.
Phil's friend on Carl.
Say again.
We had Phil's friend on Carl Chad was on.
Yes, I've known him for 20 years. 20.
We should have. Could you imagine having the two of these guys on at the same time?
I wouldn't be able to handle it. Like,
We might as well just go home and just let them take over.
yeah.
It would be dreadful.
Mary's asking, when is that coming out? Oh, the Confessions one, I think, is the one Mary's asking about.
Whenever Jay's done with it, probably Thursday or Friday.
Okay, what is Steve saying? Just sent him a couple of pints, and he will be back next
Oh,
week.
lovely. Is that for me?
Yes, for you. Yeah. Send you a couple of
Send you
pints. And then you'll come back.
We could get you to come back.
I will be back.
And Katie's back. Well, thank you very much, everybody. Have a great week. We're going to sign off. Phil, if you want to stick around during the thing, we can chat a little bit after, but I can understand if you're tired. Have a good night, everybody. See you next week.
Don't hang around.